now Mavis is in our recording. There's the keys. We're going to look at this book. I don't know. Am I on the screen, Pops?
Yeah, you're on the
The
screen.
good-looking keys, the smart one here. Now, so this is, that's August 4 of 2019. So I just hold this thing like this and you talk. So we're doing the descendants of Rollin Douglas Doughty and Mary Anna Hoffman. So this, we're doing this book, and let me get the picture, sorry. Here's the kids.
Big family.
Right here, as we go across. And then my grandma, your mom Melvina on the end. Katie's not on here because Katie passed. And this picture here you think is Sherry Dahl.
That's, yeah,
You think that's
Sherry Dale Herbst. and
Sherry
Mary
Dale
Dahl.
Herbst, married
Dahl.
Dennis Dahl. All right, so Rollin Douglas Doughty died on October 10th, 1945. And you remember him because you were how old?
What?
You were 6 or 7. 7. And he died. Now the book here says that he lived with Fern. And then he went to his farm. So how's he was living with your dad then? Or
No.
your mom?
No, neither one, but that's where they brought the body for the,
No, they brought the body where? Because we weren't recording that. To where Delita Keys lives right now, across
Yep.
from the feed mill.
across from the feed mill, that's where the body was.
And who was living at the house at that time?
Mother and dad and us 3 kids. Herbert and Melvina Keys.
And so your mom and dad and all 3 kids were living in that house.
Yeah,
Where Delita Keys lives right now.
right now, yes.
And that was the year 1945.
Yeah,
And all 3 kids are born.
yeah.
Okay. So the body's in that house. And he died from, what do you have?
I have no idea.
I think the book says hardening of the arteries.
Probably.
And so he looks to be from 65 until 45. Then he's what, 80 years old. He's 79. So, but you don't remember her then.
No, she died.
She died
shortly
in
after I was born.
1938.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well then after, then after you guys left for Montana?
We left for Montana when school got out in 1946, in May of 1946. We went to Montana.
Okay, so when you guys leave that house, who moves into that house?
I don't know if your grandpa and grandma did. I don't.
Lewis and Mamie Carmel?
Maybe.
Now, wait a minute now. Is there 2 families in there now? Because my bedroom used to be the kitchen.
When Louie and Mamie lived there, they put the apartment upstairs for Ernie and Erickson.
Ernie who?
Ernie Erickson. He had the Pyrofax gas distributorship and appliance.
You rented it or something?
Huh?
You rented it or lived there?
Yeah, they put there used to be steps outside.
Yeah, where my bedroom was.
Yeah.
Now,
That was they had a kitchen up there, and
was there running water up there?
yeah, they had water piped up.
So there was a sink on the wall. Was there a toilet and everything up there?
No, no toilet. They used the outhouse.
Okay. All right, so we might have covered this, but then you guys went to Montana, and the
Yep.
reason you went to Montana was?
Dad was already out there working.
No, all right, when you're living in this house, what was he doing?
He had a milk route.
Can route,
Yeah,
canned milk.
into Waterville. Yeah,
Okay, well, why does he leave Arkansas?
health reasons.
Okay,
Thought he could breathe better when he got out there.
that's right. So then, he leaves when?
He left. I don't know, 2-3 months or more before we did.
So he leaves about March of 46.
Yeah, 46.
March of 46.
Yeah. I'm guessing, but I think around there.
Okay. And he gets a job doing what out there?
Worked on a ranch for Warren Pepper.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, I think we recorded that.
Maybe, yeah.
I think. Now, how many of these kids? Now, obviously, I remember Aunt Nida and I remember Lottie and
Aunt Nina
Fern.
wasn't on there.
Or yeah.
Aunt Nina was Dad's sister.
Okay. Right. Wrong. My bad. Out of these, then obviously Fern.
I knew
Ruth,
all of them, but this one,
Wilford.
Wilford.
No.
I
What?
didn't know. I might have seen him when I was small, but I don't remember him. All
Okay.
the rest of them I knew.
All right. So, what about Herbert?
Yeah.
Where'd he end up?
Well,
We're looking at Herbert right here.
he died when he was in Eau Claire. He lived in Ladysmith. And then after his wife and that died, he was Hal Doughty's and Sam Doughty and Natalie, Bernard, Brendan. I missed one. Paul.
Paul. Yes. Okay. So that's from.
That's from Uncle Herb. Well, he married her, and they had 3 kids.
All right. Now, who am I looking at here?
That's Wolford.
All right. And he was the one I just
He
showed.
died in Eau Claire.
No. Yeah. Wilford here. This is the one you didn't know.
I don't remember him.
This is Wilford here next to your mom.
Yeah, between that bell and her aunt.
So this is him here. He died in 1929. So obviously.
That was before I was born.
Yeah, way before he was. And he was born in 1893. Now, what about his wife was Annabelle Couturi? She lived until 1971. Did you ever know her?
Yep.
I've heard of it.
Yep, she married a. Let me think now.
Well, they got married in 1917. He dies in 1929. So they have 3 children:
Yeah.
Dorothy, Douglas, and Wilford.
Yeah.
So Annabelle Couturi then, well, that was her maiden name at the time.
Yeah.
And then she remarried, lived around Arkansas.
Yeah. She married a Lapine, I think.
Philippine. Okay.
I think.
Where did the children, Dorothy Douglas, and Wilford end up?
Dorothy married Gerald Dunbar.
Dorothy married Gerald Dunbar.
And they lived in Arkansas there on the farm.
Douglas.
Yeah. Huh?
What about Douglas?
He lived in quite a few places. I don't know where he was when he died. I don't remember.
Married?
Huh?
You ever get married?
Yeah, he got married.
Yeah, this is in here. Yeah. What about Wilford?
He died, I think, in Wisconsin Rapids of Lou Gehrig's disease. But they got it. They should be listed in there.
Yeah.
Wolford became a barber. I don't know what Doug did.
Doug married Mabel Andrews, according to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so now here's Wilfred. All right. Did we just do Wilfred? No. No.
Wilford was his dad. That was his dad's name, and one of his boys was named Wilford. So this is his kids and grandkids.
Oh, so yeah, this is Wilfred Jr. then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, birthday 1929, because, yeah. Well, that would be about the time, yeah, he died. All right, so. All right, who we got here?
That's Herbert and Big Aunt Ruth. She was a black.
She was a black, yes.
Yep.
Ruth Bernice Black.
Yeah.
So he just went by Herbert, not Royal?
Went by Herbert, yeah. That
Okay.
was Uncle Herb. Nobody ever called him Royal.
So this is Uncle Herb. And then was he the one that did the Doughty 500, or was this him?
He participated in it, yeah.
The big Doughty 500 would have been him. And
Well,
I think
it was his kids that started it, but he went with them.
when we did the recording with Fern and everybody at Herbst's, at Brent and Jackie's, there's a VHS tape. He's on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta find that tape.
Yes, he is.
So Ruth dies in 1982. Herb made it how long?
Herb was 90 something, I think, when he died.
It wasn't. Yeah, so he made it. And he was born in 1894. He must have lived to be about 100.
No, he died in. He died in 80 something, I think.
80 something? Okay.
Still pretty old.
Yeah.
Or maybe even later than that. I think Mavis and I were married when he died. Because Dennis Dahl and I went up to the auction they had at his house.
Okay, so the book has all those descendants. All right, so here we got Lottie.
Yep. She married Ed Rothke.
Okay, so children, just Beverly, they only had one?
Yep.
Now, where have I seen Lottie? I would have
She
seen.
lived in Arkansas when you knew her, but she lived in Waseca, Minnesota just about all her married life.
And what did.
That's where Jane stayed when Mother died. She went down there after she
I
spent.
think I met her, Johnny.
Oh yeah, you met Aunt Lottie. Yeah.
So,
You never met Uncle Ed, but you met
Yeah,
Aunt Lottie.
her, yeah.
But Jane.
Jane went with Lottie.
Well, she went up to Uncle
Who
Don's.
went, I thought Judy. Who went with Aunt Nina? Judy or.
Nobody. Judy went to Uncle Vernon and Aunt Ruth.
Oh, yeah. Judy went to. Right, okay.
And Jane went up to Uncle Don's first, and it didn't work out. So then she went down to Aunt Lottie's.
So I don't know where this was. I'm looking at the background of this picture. It doesn't tell me anything. So she lived in Minnesota most of the time, huh?
Yep, Waseca, Minnesota.
And then she ended up. Wait a minute now.
And Uncle Ed worked in the paint shop for the Ford garage.
Kenneth Stafford. Where's Kenneth Stafford come in here?
Well, he married Beverly.
Okay.
So you must know some of their kids.
Well, Kim Stafford. I recognize some of these. So. All right. So who we got here?
Uncle Harry and Aunt Belle. Harry Martin and Aunt Belle.
Okay, so both of them died in 77, 76 here. So where did they live?
Lived in Arkansas.
What did they do?
Uncle Harry had a stock truck called Stockton, South St. Paul.
Okay. So he went, so he was only 65.
Yeah, he had a heart attack 3 years before he died.
He had a heart attack? How did Belle die? You have any
I don't
idea?
know.
I don't think it was.
Next one's Katie. There's no, just a picture of her. That should be, they had 2 kids, Lois and Hal,
Yeah, here's Lois.
and she married Joe Richardson.
Yeah. Jenny Fritz, Jacqueline Joe Fritz. So this is where the descendants. Right now, Jackie lives across from our driveway, on the farm in Mondovi, on the lake farm there. So this is this family line that has.
Lonnie.
I can't think of the genetic thing.
Lonnie should have the next one after her. Oh, yeah. Ain't Lonnie in there?
Lonnie should be in here. Yeah, Lonnie's right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
He lives out on the prairie in the old plumber school.
Yeah. Now,
That's Aunt Fern and Uncle Toad.
here's Katie.
Oh, that's Katie there.
Now, Katie dies from a burst appendix, and it says in here they put her on a sleigh to
Main Rock to catch a.
Winona to get to St. Paul. And so
They
book,
took her to Main Rock to get on the train to go to St. Paul.
yeah, and she had surgery according to this. I thought she died on the way.
She died before she got to the hospital for surgery.
No, the book says this book here says she died after surgery, a day or two after
Well,
surgery.
we'll wait and see, but I don't think that's
Well,
what it reads.
And then somewhere I have seen the bill for the funeral for somewhere there's a book that has the copy. I've seen a copy of the bill for the funeral or the train ride. I want to say it was the funeral. Somebody's got a copy of the exact funeral. And this is obviously the one that I remember. If this is Fern and Toad.
Yeah.
Alfred Martin.
What do they call him, Toad?
Said he got the name in high school in basketball because he could jump so high.
Toad?
That's what he always said.
So this, somehow you get a life-size picture. This comes out of the book. Somehow you end up with this kind of the original.
That's a picture. It's their wedding picture.
This is their wedding picture.
Yeah. I think Jane stuck it in there.
Okay, so now. So Toad dies in 1982.
Yep.
I'm a junior in high school. What did he die from?
He probably had a heart attack in his sleep. His brother Wayne was there from Arizona, and Wayne left, and Uncle Toad went in the house and told Aunt Fern he was going to lay down for a little bit. And she went in to get him up for dinner, and he was gone. He died.
Because this is where you started farming with him.
Yeah.
So how did you guys work out? So Toad had the cow, or Toad had the cows and the whole farm.
Yeah.
And how did you end up? Did you end up with his cows?
Bought his cows, yeah, and machinery.
Okay. We should have a picture of the other place where we used to take the cows across to the other farm and milk them over there for the summer.
Yeah. Yep. They had 3 kids.
No, I'm having trouble with my pages here. Who's next here? All right, there's your mom and dad.
Yep.
So, obviously Orin, Judy, and Jane. So your mom's born in 1911, your dad's born in 1909, married May 3rd, 1933. So she's 35. She's 30. Yeah, she's actually
She was 30
35 when she
when she
died.
died. 'Cause
Yes.
she would have been 36 in
That was
November.
young.
And your dad was 50.
That's young.
And your dad died at 51.
1961, yeah.
Well, and he was 51 years old.
Yeah, he would have been 52 in November, but.
Did she
No.
get sick?
Huh?
She get sick with something
Who, mother?
when she died that young
She died from surgery.
from surgery. Wow.
Didn't he tell you that story, Mavis?
I guess he did a long time ago, but
She
it's hard
bled
to
to death.
believe things happen.
Dad had a heart attack up above the hill in Main Rock.
Yep, I think we recorded that last March.
Yeah.
That whole thing. So here's where you Keyses or whoever is looking at this book where Randall Lee Keyes, Richard Herbert Keyes, and Ronald Lewis Keyes comes in. So Judy here, this is obviously Grandpa Keyes' sister, and Jane that had the cabin down on the Chippewa River. And now,
That's Aunt Ruth and Uncle Vernon.
yep, Ruth and Vernon that lived in Arkansas down there with Sherry, Brad, Brent, and Scott. Brad.
He died as a baby.
No, no wonder I didn't remember Brad. But the rest of them, obviously, I do. Okay, and then that is it. So sure we go. Greg's in here. And I'm not sure why this is in here. Why is this in here for Round Hill?
What is that?
Oh, it's something about Round Hill.
It's just stuck in there, you keep it.
What else is in here?
That's it.
Oh, why is there two sheets here? Oh, it's a duplicate. I guess, I'm not sure. Okay.
Somebody wrote on the back of it what it was. Not on that one, on the other one.
No, it's just gibberish. What else is on this one? Yeah, nothing. All right, well, we learned a little bit more. Signing off.